I'm joined now by Georgia Senator Jon Ossoff. He is very concerned about the fentanyl crisis, especially here in South Georgia, and public safety. So, Senator, thank you very much for joining us. Tell us, you talked to the FBI the other day on the Senate floor about this situation. Tell us about what you've gleaned from that.
Well, look, of course, the recent Lee County case, reportedly a vape pen cartridge that was being used by a 12-year-old laced with fentanyl. We've seen several cases like this across Georgia recently. There's growing recognition of this linkage between fentanyl and vaping in schools across the country, and fentanyl is creeping into counterfeit pharmaceutical products, other illicit drugs, and this substance is so addictive and so deadly that it is claiming lives and causing addiction and illness across the country at an unprecedented rate. That's why I have continued to raise this with the FBI director, as I did last week, specifically referencing this case in Georgia. It's why I recently wrote and passed the Rural Opioid Abuse Prevention Act. It's why I'm delivering resources to local law enforcement agencies and U.S. attorneys' offices across the state of Georgia to help with the enforcement of the prohibition on fentanyl and investigations of trafficking. This is an issue of high concern, in particular for parents across the state of Georgia.
Were you satisfied with what the FBI director told you? Are you satisfied with the efforts that are being made to try to keep fentanyl off the streets in Georgia?
Well, look, I'm in constant contact with federal law enforcement leaders, both the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security, about their efforts to fight fentanyl trafficking and crack down on those who bring fentanyl into our communities, particularly those who put children at risk. One of the things that's crucially needed and that I'm working to help address, I just moved legislation through the Homeland Security Committee to add several hundred Customs and Border Patrol agents. We also need much more detection technology at U.S. ports of entry so that we can identify packages and luggage where fentanyl is being trafficked. And that's something that several colleagues in both parties and I are working on.
All right, Senator, well, this is a big situation, and you know there's a lot of overdose deaths that are happening around the state, so we hope that this situation can be controlled. We thank you very much for joining us. Senator Jon Ossoff, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me. Stay safe out there, folks, and happy holidays.